Hey, it's your professional sarcastic man and seeker of attention, Oz Chris, here with reviews on The Flash number 70 and Symbiote Spider-Man number 2. So on to The Flash number 70, chapter 1, year 1. His origin starts here. So this is a completely new story arc and an easy jumping point if you haven't been reading any of the previous 69 issues of The Flash. Technically 70 if you count the Rebirth one-shot. So yeah, any of the previous 70 issues of Flash, if you haven't been reading them, you can easily just jump on in this. This is a slightly updated origin story for the Flash. So written by written by Joshua Williamson and Howard Porter. Porter also does the art. The coloring is by Hi-Fi, and Porter and Hi-Fi also do the cover. So that's a kind of a theme going on recently with some of these titles I'm buying. Is you're definitely getting what the art you're getting on the cover is the art you're going to get inside. So that's what a lot of people would want. If something has a good cover and the art inside isn't that good, it's a bit disappointing. But with this one, what you get on the cover, you're getting on the inside, guaranteed. So chapter 1, he will be the fastest man alive. So as I said, this is a slightly updated take on Barry's origin story. It keeps the main parts of it. Mother was killed, father was framed, Barry becomes part of GCPD, struck by lightning, gets his powers, etc. But this is going through like his early years before he properly dons the Flash suit. So, and also another thing is that because of the whole DC Rebirth and all that, they're re-adding stuff to Barry's origin from like pre-Flashpoint. So, key one, Silver Age, Barry grew up reading Flash comics, The Adventures of Earth 2 Jay Garrick. So that's now back in his history that he was inspired by the Flash comics, The Adventures of Earth 2, written as a comic. So that's now a thing. So a kind of a key part of his Silver Age origin is now back into his DC Rebirth New 52-esque continuity. So moving forward, 15 years later from that past, on the day that he gets his powers, so we're reintroduced to Augustus Hart, aka Godspeed. This is before he became a detective, probably before he lost his brother, and way before he got his powers. So we're reintroduced to Augustus and to Iris. Augustus wants Barry to, take her to dinner, hook up with her. But on that night, Barry is struck by lightning and gets his powers. And as soon as he wakes up, about a few months later, he discovers he's now super fast, and he heads straight back to his lab. And from the day afterwards, he begins testing what his abilities are. So first off, he's obviously got super speed, testing if able to obtain information much more quickly, although not really. As he writes down, my brain loses information just as fast as I read it. Laws of physics still apply to him when he creates a tornado from his arms and from just running in a circle and reconstructing a car, etc., etc. So testing all of his abilities, able to takes a fireproof jacket's boots, so he doesn't have to constantly just burn out all of his shoes. I like these like images of just Barry testing his running, and throughout every second or so panel, you just see the pile of just runners increase because he's just burning the hell out of them, just by the speed and the friction, etc. But he tests out his ability, how fast he can go, and it has unforeseen consequences for him, which I will leave there. Story, 4 out of 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed this. Like I said, this is a great jumping on point for anyone who hasn't read any of Williamson's previous arcs on the Flash. It's a slightly updated origin story. It just keeps the main parts of it, but is adding a little bit more. So it's re-adding that Silver Age parts to it, adding Augustus Hart to it, who was introduced in the first ever arc for the Flash Rebirth run, DC Rebirth run, and this whole new story that's involving the Turtle, and then later on involve the Rogues at the end. So definitely, I really, really like this issue. This definitely pick this up. The art and coloring by Porter and Hi-Fi, 4.5 out of 5. I really like the art and coloring on this. Sometimes, especially during Porter's run on Justice League 3000, I really like the art in there, but sometimes the faces would usually be a bit off, and sometimes I think sometimes the coloring was too much because it was in a futuristic setting. But in here, the setting here, the Hi-Fi's coloring and Porter's art works really well, and I really liked, especially this page here of the famous Barry getting his powers struck by lightning, the chemicals mixing with them as it happens. This is a great looking page, without a doubt, and the art and coloring throughout the rest of the book is amazing. And the cover by the two, by Porter and Hi-Fi, 4.5 out of 5 as well. I like this image, Barry on top of just a mountain of burned out, melted runners, of him testing the limits to his super speed. You know, his origin starts here, and you know, I like the whole civilian-esque Flash suit that he's wearing. You know, he's obviously not going to get his Flash suit straight away. He's getting that in most likely the end of this story arc, as it seems like in the last issue for year 1. So I like the civilian-esque suit for Barry, and it's a good looking cover as well. So definitely pick this up. Highly recommend it. So on to Symbiote Spider-Man number 2, written by Peter David, art by Greg Land, coloring by Frank D'Armata, and the cover by Landon D'Armata. So Mysterio tries to recruit a mutant Hard Rock to help him deal with Spider-Man, and Hard Rock, or Alan Jennings as he's called, has very his skin is very is nigh impenetrable. He also has his speed and strength is superhuman, according to Mysterio. So Mysterio hires him to help with to fight Spider-Man. So Mysterio is able to trick him, corners him into a fight with Hard Rock. Hard Rock knocks him out, but they're unable to account for the fact that they don't know that the suit is not going to be happy about this. So the suit attacks Hard Rock, and doesn't end well for him there. A very short-lived time as Mysterio's henchman. And that's pretty much the story. Simple and easy story. Mysterio hires help to deal with Spider-Man, tries to get the suit. That was it. So story, 4 out of 5. I liked how easy and simple it was to read. It was good. It was a good story. The art and the coloring by Landon D'Armata, 4 out of 5. I really like the art and coloring here. Some of the faces were a bit off, like this woman's face, like her, you look great, honey, her face, it's, nightmares. What has she seen? Okay. But I think overall the art and coloring was really good, especially this part when Mysterio reveals himself to Hard Rock. Yeah, pretty much. Art and coloring was really, really good. The cover by Landon D'Armata, 4 out of 5. You know, the art and coloring you get on the cover is what you get inside. Something that it shares with Flash as well. So you're getting what you paid for in the art and coloring when you see the cover. So, and I liked the cover. You know, good art, good coloring, good looking cover. So that is all for those two. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.